Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Life here, and today, well, yeah, if you've seen the title, you bloomin' know. Yes, once again, thanks to 8BitDo, those damn controller manufacturers, with this new Mega Drive controller, or Genesis controller. We've done a video about it, if you saw that. It was lovely. There was a feature that completely passed me by until I looked in the instruction manual. Basically, I couldn't remember how to connect it to the Switch, and I'd recently disconnected it, blah, blah, blah. And then I discovered a weird thing. You can actually set this up so that the D-pad... That's not the D-pad. The D-pad emulates the left stick. Now I thought, is this something they've been doing for ages? But no, this is a new thing that you can do through a special button combination. And that means you can play games that require the left stick. And you know what that's going to be, because it's in the title. So yes, through a medium known only as the wonderful crotch cam, which is a bit lower at the moment, and look at all those cables, marvelous, we are going to be able to show you how this whole bloomin' thing works and how effective it is. If you know your Smash well, you can probably assume it's not gonna be great. But anyway, that's more than enough waffling. Let's dive right into things. Okay, so here we are in the game. As you can see, we've got a crotch cam here running marvelously and looking at all the wires down there. I hope it's gonna be clear enough. It's very difficult to get this kind of thing set up. But as you can see, that was just a test match. And I'll show you a test match, and then I'm gonna take it online and see if I can win a game, because why the bloomin' hell not? So obviously this controller comes with a couple of downsides. There's only two shoulder buttons, for example. But you know what, I'm gonna play, who haven't I played with this before? Oh, sod it, let's just go with Sonic. Let's go with Ridley. Someone with a little bit more finesse. So I'm just gonna show you how the whole thing works. Obviously the CPU's only level 2, and then we're gonna go online and hopefully make it a little bit spicier. And I'm gonna start looking up there now. So, I have to remember, I can't remember the last time I played as Ridley using... I don't know why I'm concentrating. It's a level 2 CPU, it doesn't matter. So obviously all the attack buttons will work and everything. No problems there. And this emulates the left stick. But obviously there are some disadvantages. Because it's now a digital input, it constantly thinks you're running. You can't really walk, like, at all. I mean, you can walk if you dash and you still hold it, then you start walking. And that is the only way you can do side tilt at all. That is the only way you can do it, and it's absolutely ludicrous. And of course this means that you've got no right stick to do anything like that. Every input like that is always going to be a smash attack, even if if I do it like that, then obviously it's going to be a dash. But basically you can't not run now, which for some people will probably not be too much of an issue. But for some people it will be absolute death. I was about to say like Zero Suit Samus, but sadly that didn't work. So it's not too crippling. I have to use these two buttons over here to grab, which I could change in the settings, but I couldn't be bothered, so I'm just going to keep it standard. And... well, let's take it online. Let's do things properly, shall we? Now, thankfully, I main DDD, and that means that realistically, tilts are not going to be a big deal for DDD, at least not for the way that I play him, which could well be the wrong way. Let me know in the comments below. But I got into the top 8 of a tournament, so yeah. But generally, the way that I play DDD doesn't rely too heavily on tilts. I do use some tilts, especially his lovely down tilt, his smashing forward roll, if you'll pardon the pun. So I'm going to go into Elite Smash because go big or go home, basically. And it's much more entertaining to be absolutely creamed. Or I may beat them, who knows? It depends who's online at the moment. We'll see, won't we? Incidentally, if you're wondering why I've got the controller in shot, it's just because whenever I've done anything like this, there's always claims of jiggery pokery or other similar nonsense, and I just want to, oh god, no, not a Captain Falcon. This is going to be bad. I can't even taunt at the start because the D-pad is... oh yeah, okay. So the way that I use his down tilt actually still works with this setup, although for some reason his side B is harder to implement. And I'm actually doing okay. But I'm probably not going to be making a lot of noise. It's entirely possible that because of the way... oh, that nearly spiked him. It's entirely possible that because of the way that I play DDD currently, because I'm not able to play as I usually do, damn it, that it's unusual and it's unpredictable. Maybe slightly. Probably not, to be honest. Get out of it! But in essence, the bulk of the game is entirely playable. It's just that you wouldn't really want to play with it like this, and it's something that a number of people have actually been clamoring for a long time, and obviously, if they actually implemented it, then it would be different, I'm sure. But the... oh, incidentally, if you hear any squeaking, that's the D-pad. For some reason, the D-pad on this controller squeaks like a fool, and I don't know why. It's something to do with the way that it's capped on top. That was not meant to be a tea bag. I have to apologize. I'm sorry, Ost. I'm sorry. It wasn't intentional. I'm gonna have to try and... Ah, this is so confusing. I'm also used to the GameCube layout, so it's not exactly the same. I can still use my jab. I can still use my jab. Oh, this isn't going to go well, is it? I thought Super Arm was going to get him. No! Oh! Not quite, not quite. Yeah, you just lose so much of the finesse of control. For example, I can only angle... Ah! I don't know how many degrees of movement you usually get with DDD's Gordo, but I'm used to... Okay, I've gotten down to base stock, so I'm happy with that, all things considered. There, that's that. But yeah, you lose so much finesse because usually it's sort of, you know, you can tilt it in many different ways. I don't know how many directions you actually get of input when it comes to angling his Gordo, but it feels like I've got reduced viability in that sense. And oh, there's nothing like a game of Smash to get my heart pounding. But you know what? Let's take it out of Elite Smash. We've done that. We've seen how ridiculous it is. Let's try something where I might actually win for a... Oh, you know what? Let's try Sonic. I know I haven't unlocked Elite Smash for Sonic. Let's try Sonic just to see whether he, with all his ridiculous speed, maybe has an advantage. Probably not. I hope this is still in focus. I hope this is still in focus. So here we go with Yoshi, and going against a tool-assisted speed run. And I'm not the biggest fan of this stage, just simply because I don't play on it much, and I'm also not especially practiced with Sonic for a while. But it's a very different feel using this. It feels in some ways more precise and in some ways less precise. It's bizarre. I feel I can't turn around as quickly, and also... Oh, no. Oh! Yes. Small little blast zone. Now, you see, I managed to do the up tilt then, and I have no idea how. Because every single time I've tried to do anything like that before, it's always been a smash attack. So there we... Where's my other jump gone? I'm always doing this with Sonic. I'm always doing this with Sonic. So I can get his down tilt. I can get down tilts are perfectly viable. Just simply due to the fact that you can hold it down and you're not going to move. You're not going to dash like you do, obviously, when you move left or right. And, of course, aerials are useful as well, but it's just, it feels so different. It really does. And it's just, it's maybe something that you could absolutely get used to, but it's the concentration. I'm not even doing that well. And again, how did I... How? I genuinely don't remember doing my second jump then. Oh, God. But still, it's a thing, isn't it? I can't even say anything! If you ever see this TAS, well played. Let's do things properly. Let's go King K. Rool. See whether we can do this. I'm sure we can. I'm sure we can do this. I just want to win one match. One match. I should have chosen a character I've got really low GSP with, but... Nil Desperandum. Just making sure my microphone's plugged in. Well, I've got so many different things set up at the moment, I'm just convinced something is going to be wrong. Also, new lights. Not that most of the people watching this probably know what my old lights look like. I can't even say anything. Oh. This isn't something I can see catching on, to be honest. Certainly not in its current implementation. If there was more customization with the controls, so that you could change it so that maybe double tap was run, then potentially. But as it stands, no. Good lord, I did not think that was going to happen that soon. However, I am more confident with this than with the other ones. Now you see, yeah, the down tilt. It's actually, in some ways, it's easier to signify a down tilt. Oh, so just thought I was DDD for a second there, so I owed it. Let's get my crown back. Oh dear. It could entirely be due to the way that I play, but things just feel slightly... Everything's slightly more difficult. And again, it's probably just something you'd get used to. But right now, this really... Oh dear. Yeah, I'm fairly confident now. Just for the fact that they've unfortunately taken themselves off with a self-destruct. Now I know why Smash tournaments always have commentators and people, obviously, the even... Oh, you little sod, get away! Because talking whilst playing Smash is really difficult. I'm not gonna let him... I'm not gonna let him... Although I swear I've lost my rhythm. And I've never been overly confident against Pikachu and Pichu players. I swear, I don't know, it's probably just the way I play, but down smashes appear to be more difficult to perform than before. Well, that felt kind of like a cheap win, but a win's a win, isn't it? Lordy Lou. So there you have it. That is using the D-pad. It's a thing you can do. I can't say anything, sorry. I always like to say nice, well fought, or well played to people. I just think it's polite, you know. But yeah, so in conclusion, don't do this. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you smash that subscribe button with the D-pad? That's the most original thing I can think of right now. And be sure to check out nintendolife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.